Oh my gosh, spring break starts tomorrow. I'm so excited. I think we're all ready for the much needed break. Today is National Burrito Day, so if you love burritos, eat one, get some Chipotle. Um, but today we're going to be able to explain the shift from Muslim to Christian rule in Spain during the Middle Ages. A lot of people think of Spain and they think of Catholicism and Christianity, but it originally, for a very long time, was a Muslim region. So we have our do now, we have some notes, we have guided practice and independent practice. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I meant to tell you that this month, so last month was National Women's Month, and this month is Keep America Beautiful Month, which means we're not going to litter, we're going to help keep our country and our planet clean. All right, so for your do now, you have a graphic um, that you are going to analyze and answer the question that goes with it. So go ahead and pause your video, analyze the graphic, and then answer the question, and we will go over the answer in a couple minutes. So go ahead and pause. All right, so we have the answer is number one, that women contribute to society in many ways. We can see here that it says breadwinner, taxpayer, why not voter? So you see an image of a woman carrying a baby with all her children. Breadwinner means that they make the money for the home. Taxpayer obviously means they pay taxes. So the argument is like, why can't women vote if they're doing the same thing that everyone else does? So the answer would be number one. All right, we have three words today. Our first word is Iberian Peninsula, and this is just the peninsula that is now made up of present-day Spain and Portugal, and you can see the graphic here. It comes off from the main part of Europe. The Moors is just the term for Muslims that lived in Spain, and the Reconquista, sorry, is the movement to drive Muslims out of Spain, so reconquest. So this was the Christian movement to get Muslims out of Spain. Go ahead and pause the video so you can get these words in your notes. You have map skills. So this is a map of the Iberian Peninsula. And what you are going to do is answer questions 1 and 2. Number 1, which part of Muslim Spain resisted the Christians the longest? And then interactions, from which direction did Christian forces advance over centuries? Advance over the centuries. So go ahead and pause the video and answer these two questions by analyzing the map. All right, so number 1, which part of Muslim Spain resisted the Christian the longest? That would be Granada. So if you see here Granada, that means that they were not reconquered by the Muslims until 1492, and the other ones are many years before that, so they held out the longest. And then interaction, from which direction did Christian forces advance over the centuries? We can see here, based on the dates, 1050 to 1492, that's going north to south. So go ahead and pause the video and fix that if you need to. All right, so let's do our guided practice, questions 1 and 2. By the early 700s, Muslim ruled most of the Iberian Peninsula, the peninsula where present-day Spain and Portugal are located. Under Muslim rule, a culture of great diversity developed there. Muslim, Jewish, and Christian communities exchanged knowledge and customs. You read about this yesterday in your ReadWorks. But the political situation on the peninsula was unstable. Christian kingdoms waged a long campaign against the Muslims. In 1492, Spain's multicultural society was finally swept away. As you have read before, the Umayyad rulers of the Muslim Empire were overthrown and murdered in 750, but one survivor fled to Spain. In 756, Abd al-Rahman established a new dynasty at Cordoba, that's in Spain. The dynasty ruled most of Spain for nearly 300 years. A few small Christian kingdoms controlled the northern part of Spain. To European Christians, the Muslims in Spain were known as Moors. The Moors governed an extremely advanced, dynamic, and diverse society centered in what is now southern Spain. In Arabic, this region was called Andalus, which became the modern name Andalusia. So we have two questions. What ended the diversity of people of different faiths in medieval Spain? And where were the centers of Christian and Muslim control in Spain? So you can go ahead and pause the video, answer those questions, and then we will come back together and go over the answers. All right, so what ended the diversity of people of different faiths in medieval Spain? The Christian kingdoms had a long and successful series of battles against Muslim rule in Spain, achieving victory in 1492. So to give you some context here, in 1492, that is when Columbus sailed to Central or the West Indies, so Central America. Where were the centers of Christian and Muslim control in Spain? Christians were in northern Spain and Muslims were in southern Spain. So go ahead and pause and get that if you need to. For your independent practice, you have more text about multicultural society, and you have some more information about the Reconquista and religious persecutions in this area in Spain. And then you are done. You can disregard the quiz review. But you are done. I hope you have a fabulous break, and I will see y'all when we come back. Bye, guys. Have a great break.